Okay. Rewind. All right. Ron DeSantis has once again proposed another congressional map that is in direct violation of the voter-approved constitutional amendment known as fair districts. Now, these are the Florida Legislature District Boundaries Amendment Number 5 that was passed in 2010, which amended the practice of drawing legislative district boundaries in such ways that they would establish quote-unquote fairness and as equal in proportion as feasible and use city, county, and geographical boundaries. Florida's Congressional District Boundaries Amendment Number 6, also passed in 2010, amended the practice of drawing congressional district boundaries in such ways that they establish fairness as well and as equal and proportional in population as feasible, also using city, county, and geographical boundaries that already exist as much as possible. So, in other words, the citizens of Florida in 2010 told political gerrymandering to get bent and instead determined that congressional districts, both on the state and federal level, should be drawn in ways that keep communities together and improve representation. And what that means is, like, if you have a geographical area that is predominantly African American, then they should have a district. If you have one that's Latino, it should have a district, etc. These communities, it should be community focused. So this isn't to say like, well, black people have to have a representative. It's more like communities develop and grow and move out and stuff like that, and they're still a cohesive community. They're still a city, they're still a county, what have you. And that those people in that area should be the ones to elect a state representative and a congressional representative. But we can't have that. And the reason that we can't have that is because Republicans, well, both political parties, and I have my own problem with this, but both political parties want to gerrymander as much as possible for political benefit. And we're seeing that, as we reported 2 weeks ago, across the United States from both Democrats and Republicans, that districts are being drawn up in such a way that make them less competitive. And Florida wants to do this. Ron DeSantis specifically wants to do this in such a way that would eliminate at least four Democrat districts from Florida and circumvent, or counter, I should say, not circumvent, counter some of the gains that Democrats made in other states through redistricting and legal challenges. And Ron DeSantis believes that the voter-approved initiative is unconstitutional, not just from the state of Florida, but from the United States Supreme Court as well. And so he is trying to set this up in such a way that he would be able to invalidate those redistricting rules and tell the citizens of Florida to go fuck themselves. It's all about small government until it becomes political. And then it's my way or the highway, as they say. Leave it to the Sunshine State to not want so much sunshine when it comes to political redistricting. Now, with all that said, I personally I think that this is going to be an issue for a very long time. It's been one that has plagued the United States system of government almost since the beginning. I think it was 1820 or so where the whole gerrymander thing came into existence as a moniker. There's a funny story about that. Jerry something, I can't remember his full name right now, but he called it a salamander district because he drew this district and he's like, this would make sure that our party wins. And they're like, it's like a salamander. And they're like, no, it's a gerrymander. And the name stuck forever because that's how words work. So, and I think that this is something that we need to constitutionally fix. And it's one that we need to do sooner rather than later, or we're going to find ourselves in possibly in a political situation that we can't fix in the near future. And to do that, I personally like single member district or single transferable vote multi-member districts. Long story short, this system of voting is essentially a instant runoff between in a district between 4+ candidates, or any number of candidates to fill in all the slots. So if a congressional district has four congressional seats, then the first 4 people to pass to get 25% of the vote gets elected. And that's how that district, this larger district, is voted into office. The single transferable vote comes into play if a person gets like 80% of the vote, then their first 25%, they hit the first 25%, cuts it off, right? Probably through, it can be done in different ways. You can randomly select ballots to like transfer over, or you can just do, well, we counted the first, these were the first, 100 people or whatever the number was to get to 25%. All right, everybody else gets their second choice. And it goes so on and so forth. You transfer the super winners votes first, and then you eliminate the worst losers, and then you transfer their votes to their next candidates. First choice, second choice, so on and so forth. And the reason I like this system is because we get somewhat towards proportional representation without making it proportional representation based on party votes. And it allows for some horse trading, which I think is necessary to have a comprehensive political system, a cohesive, rather, political system. And I like that. And it makes, but more importantly, it makes gerrymandering harder, because you can draw these giant districts, right? You can pack a bunch of people, like you can pack and crack, packing, throwing in a bunch of people, cracking is breaking up people into these districts. But if like Florida, what does Florida have? How many congressional seats does Florida have? Florida congressional seats. So Florida has number of 27. So you have 27. If you have 3 districts of 7 each, right? Or I'm sorry, you have 9 districts of I can't math now. My brain's not there. Divided by. So if you have 9 districts rather of 3 each, or if you have 7, if you have 3 districts of 9 congressional members each, it's really hard to ensure that your side wins by splitting up the state that way because of scale. It's harder. And so if you have single transferable vote, multi-member district, as well as some of the rules that Florida passed in this in their amendment process, I think that would solve a lot of the redistricting fuckery that we see in the United States. But again, tell me what you think. Go ahead and join us on Discord. We're trying to set up our community. We're trying to get people involved more, have contests and the like in there. So if you like that, go ahead and join Discord. And you can always hit me up at crowdsourced poll, or now on Twitter.